Hello there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are up to the season finale of Better Call Saul Season 3. This one has actually got a warning in the beginning of it. It says, the following program contains subject matter that some viewers may find distressing. Viewer discretion is advised. And the only reason I do know that it's a warning is because the last episode finished and I forgot to say watch credits and it rolled on over to the following episode and I saw that message before I provided my final thoughts on episode 9. But what's going on, guys? My name is Elie Moses, a 23-year-old law and film student here from Sydney, Australia. Shooting a shot, baby! This is episode 10 of Better Call Saul Season 3, the finale itself. This one's titled Lantern. We're going to get into the reaction. We're going to have some fun with this thing. And yeah, it wasn't a fun ending, but yeah, let's have some fun with this reaction and let's enjoy ourselves. Let's go.
She tried to remember the way home, but the woods look so different now.
I straight away thought to the Kettlemans. With the tent.
Frightened. Well, what's that? Said Mabel. Oh, I'm so frightened. In a minute or two, she heard the howl again. Ow!
Is she gonna be okay?
She'll be fine, Jimmy.
How do you know?
Just listen. You'll see.
Whoever that person
It was
playing
so
a younger
dark
Chuck
that she
is,
stumbled.
he's nailed the line delivery. He sounds exactly like him. That was a beautiful opening scene right there. I almost got sort of Stranger Things vibes right there with Will Byers. And the audio sort of design right there was very, very distinct because I thought like the show was on low volume, so I had to double check quickly. But no, as the camera drew nearer and started to pan in closer and zoom in closer and move along that pathway, the audio became distinctly louder, obviously with them in the tent. So it was a neat audio design choice right there. And as we drew closer to the tent, you heard the rumblings and thunderstorm and crickets in the background, and I thought it was a neat opening as well. But interesting, are we gonna go back to that brotherly reunion as it was in the beginning of that episode? But we panned into the lantern as well, so yeah. And this got the color grading of Saul too.
Does she need to spend the night?
Once this is done, she'll be discharged.
Good.
I'm suing all your asses.
Lawsuits, threats, recriminations. This is a situation no firm ever wants to be in. It's embarrassing. I know we all want a swift resolution here. So what are our options? Take it to trial, expensive, and extremely damaging for HHM's reputation. Not my first choice. Or yours, I imagine. The firm could choose to buy me out for an amount that is almost certain to bankrupt it. There is a third option. There is no reason we can't put all this unpleasantness behind us and continue on as we have been. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. And if you agree, I think we can settle all this right now with a simple handshake.
Would you all give us the room for a moment?
I loved, and I said last episode, I want to stop talking about the camera work because it's fantastic, but I really enjoyed that tracking shot right there and how the camera was sort of rigged up over those sort of like little lanterns on the table and how it was panning away from Chuck, but then we saw the reverse shot of it panning towards and zooming in onto Howard with all the representatives on the other side. It was a seamless transition because it made it out as if there was two cameras rigged up and we're like, okay, we'll switch up to the other one. It was so good.
But you've let personal vendettas turn your focus away from what's best for HHM. You've put your needs first, to our detriment.
I don't think that's accurate.
And the moment that I mildly suggest, with empathy and concern, that maybe it's time for you to consider retirement, the first instinct you have is to sue me? To sue the firm. Well, I don't even know. In what world is that anything but the deepest betrayal of everything we worked so hard to accomplish? In what world is that anything but the deepest betrayal of our friendship?
Howard, I could argue that you're the one who betrayed me.
That's bullshit.
We have a little courtroom
And
right
you know
here.
it. This is pointless. Here. Just take this.
$3 million.
The first of 3 payments as per the partnership agreement.
The firm can't afford this. Are you? You're not shutting down, are you?
I would never endanger the firm. This is mostly from my personal funds
Wow.
and a few loans. You won. There's one last thing.
The retirement party?
I'm sorry to say, but our fearless leader, Charles McGill, will be leaving HHM, effective immediately. I want to take this moment to thank Chuck for everything he's done for HHM. We started off with 6 employees, and Chuck helped grow us into one of the largest firms in the state. We will be forever grateful for his dedication. Do you have anything you want to say?
That's such a PR message.
All right, then. Let's give him a hand.
The way Howard had to draw that fake smile after what just happened, because he's almost destroyed his own personal life right there to get those funds. But at the same time, this is sort of his own way of getting back at Chuck. But still, wow. It didn't end with a bang, but a whimper. Is that it? Is that signifying Chuck, or is that the series closing the doors on Chuck's relationship with HH&M?
You're not feeding me, Jimmy. There are lines we do not cross.
Hey, all I can say is I am gonna fix things.
I still want to talk about the whole Chuck and Howard situation right there, because Howard did make some valid points in terms of, like, you know, Chuck was always seen as the master, he was the apprentice, and my whole world, how our times have changed. Darth Plagueis the wise, right? Yeah. But he looked up to him, and he made one little suggestion, and straight away Chuck took it the wrong way and took it as things against him, when he probably Howard was looking out for the best interests of the firm and saw the trajectory maybe Chuck was in, but he was on the mend, but it could have been other ways around, like at the same time. It's very complex, and there was one comment a couple episodes ago that said there's no one outright good or bad in this show, if that makes sense. But maybe bad could go to Hector Salamanca right there. But yeah, in terms of like the lawyer side of things, I see where Howard's coming from. I see where Chuck's coming from. But I think straight away off the bat to sue HH&M, that's kind of a low blow, and it sucks, because is that really the best interest of the company to sue them? Definitely not. And then he made Howard basically go out of his own pocket to give 3 payments of $3 million. What the heck? and with loans as well. So he had to go out of his way to sort that things up. And then at the same time, Howard has to put on this whole facade, this whole face to the clients, take him out on lunches, to the employees and things like that. When probably personally, I mean, I think he's married because he's got a ring on his finger. He maybe got kids, and yeah, personally, and his personal lifestyle at home now is probably hella stressed because of this. Like, the show makes you think about other things that sometimes aren't seen on screen because of how well written the characters are. And here's that visit.
Once we get everything packed, Arturo will pick up and supervise distro, make sure everything is clear.
Here's Papi.
Uh-oh. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke the bear. Don't poke Papi.
Este es mi papá Manuel, papá. Don Héctor Salamanca.
Relájate. Somos amigos.
Dirty money. He ain't gonna take it.
Mejor.
Por favor. Váyase de mi taller.
Mi papá, por favor. Don Héctor es muy generoso. No sea así respetuoso. Papá. Piensa en tía Rosa y las gemelas. La familia de mamá en Galeana. Don Héctor. I'll talk to him. He'll come around.
I don't trust him.
Here. Here.
You brought the book?
Sure.
Hey, work from home.
Mr. Gatwood. The card wasn't clear, but I'm pretty sure you're getting steaks, too.
Really?
Texas. He wishes you a speedy recovery. You are so lucky. I used to drive that highway every weekend to visit my brother and his kids, and I saw an accident almost every single time. People die on that road all the time. Actually, I talked with Colleen, and she said everyone's fine doing that meeting Monday, so, you know, that means we could still slide in, just under the deadline. Found it. Here you go. And Paige's timeline's on the top.
This is not the time
Kim?
to be stressing about these things.
You okay? I can always come back.
I'm gonna need you to cancel Gatwood and push everything else.
What? Everything?
Yeah, everything.
Okay.
But first, could you give me a ride?
Absolutely. Where to? Miss Wexler sends her apologies, Mr. Gatwood, and she feels terrible about this.
Blockbuster,
But
let's
with her
go!
accident and the recovery, she's just not going to be able to finish her work for you in time. Well, yes. Miss Wexler did ask me to tell you she strongly recommends Schweikart and Coakley. They're an exceptional firm. Okay, well, I will send that info over today. And Miss Wexler will follow up herself shortly.
Thanks for the meet.
And she says thank you for the steaks. She's so excited to fire up that grill.
Sometimes you need that escapism, baby.
Bye.
Keep making the
How
right
many do I
decision. I'm all for this.
9?
We need more. We need more. Rent out the whole joint. Oh, I saw that Robin Williams film at the front right there. Yeah, listen. Man, I know you guys probably won't, but like, I used to go to the local Blockbuster and Video Easy a lot of the times. Like, a lot of the time. Even rent video games. You could, like, rent video games at them and play them for, like, the weekend. It was the greatest thing, renting movies. And I guess that's why I have sort of like, I gravitate towards physical media and stuff like that and buying those type of things because I grew up on Blockbuster, renting the VHSs, renting the DVDs, and then going to return them. I remember sometimes we'd be late on the returns and we'd get those like late return payments and things like that. It was absolutely fun. And the first Blu-ray I actually ever purchased was from a Blockbuster closing down. The local Blockbuster was closing down because that's it. They were going out of business and they were having a sale on all their things. And the first ever Blu-ray I bought was from that Blockbuster closing down sale, and it was Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. And at the time I didn't have a Blu-ray player, but then I found out my PS4 I had on the time was a Blu-ray player, and that's why I fell in love with Blu-rays and 4Ks, because of how clear everything looked on Blu-ray. When I first put that in the PS4, and I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I was watching a new realm of media, and it was only Blu-ray, and I was just like, wow. And anyway, that's a cool story I just like to tell. That Blockbuster scene just brought back so many memories right there. And I love how it was just a simple sort of like holding shot, and depending on Kim's placement, it would determine whether her position determined whether it was like a medium long shot, whether it was a medium shot, as she sort of, as the camera itself was racking focus on her going in different aisles.
Come on, Chuck, I just want to see your face. Come on, Chuck. Just need a minute. I just need to know you're all right.
I'm all right, Jimmy.
Oh, hey, good. I mean, I'm glad you're all right. Can I come in? Just talk for a minute? If I had to do it all over again, I would maybe do some things differently. I just thought you should know that.
That you have regrets?
Yeah, I have regrets.
Why?
Because you're my brother. There aren't that many of us McGills left, and I think we should stick together.
No. Why have regrets at all? What's the point? You're just going to keep hurting people?
That's not true.
Jimmy, this is what you do. You hurt people over and over and over, and then there's this show of remorse.
It's not a show.
I know you don't think it's a show. I don't doubt your emotions are real. But what's the point of all the sad faces and the gnashing of teeth? If you're not going to change your behavior, and you won't, why not just skip the whole exercise? In the end, you're going to hurt everyone around you. You can't help it. So stop apologizing and accept it. Embrace it. Frankly, I'd have more respect for you if you did.
What about you, Chuck? You didn't do anything wrong? You're just an innocent victim?
Let me put your mind at ease, Jimmy. You don't have to make up with me. We don't have to understand each other. Things are fine the way they are. I don't want to hurt your feelings. But the truth is, you've never mattered all that much to me.
This brother. The man goes back to his usual daily works. Now, I'm not sure. Maybe Chuck's trying to say it how it is, like just to be real with him, to get him to change. Or he actually really meant that. Because I felt like he really meant that. Because I feel like Chuck means a lot to Jimmy, and he came here with regrets. But I feel like with Jimmy, it's like it's a helpless and endless cycle of the same things. You know, mean the right thing, do the shenanigans, be regretful that people got hurt because of the shenanigans, and Keep going.
You're still upset.
They must be excited about the settlement, though, right? You can't let one little misunderstanding destroy years of friendship.
Exactly.
Oh, it's just not the same, Jimmy. She showed her true colors.
When it came to that settlement, we were the furthest things from her mind.
It just took her a bit to realize what was important to you. She came around.
She just wanted to get back on our good side.
Okay, how do you trust someone who bends any way the wind is blowing? Where is her integrity?
Well, I want you to send someone over to find it and disconnect it. Right. Wednesday. I can't wait that long. Are you sure there's nothing sooner?
Well, Mike, the handyman.
Wednesday.
Is his mind, like, is he mentally telling himself that something's still on? Or there's like some sort of electrical current or magnetic current? Just when you thought he was on the right track, you see his symptoms begin to return. He's trying to find a needle in a haystack here. Or, like, mentally it's telling himself there's something wrong when there isn't. He's destroying his own household just to find this one little thing that's making the meter tick, but... Shining vibes, anyone? Is everything fine? Is everything normal, really, with him? Still running. He's gonna break the thing, watch. Yep, there we go. Yo, the music throughout that entire sequence was great. Like the level changes in it. I think it was like the saxophone. There was some sort of jazz mixed with some electronic beats and things like that. And the way it was able to intensify, it was great. Great stuff.
You got my message?
Yeah.
You strapped?
Why did I nod right there? I'm still wondering what the warning was at the beginning of the episode. Was that because of Kim's injuries? Oh, Bolsa. Bolsa. And Gus.
From now on, there will be only one route over the border for our product. The chicken trucks. And that is final. But you must understand, this is for efficiency only. There's no disrespect to you or your family.
What's he doing here?
The boss wants you to settle this.
I settle it right now, okay?
Yo,
You
Mark
have
Margolis,
to work together.
R.I.P.
It's what the boss wants.
He's so
The
good in this.
boss can suck me.
I'd watch what I say if I were you.
Who you think you are? You should be kissing my ass right now. Me and my family, we built this whole business.
We all did together.
No! Salamanca did. Salamanca money. Salamanca blood.
You have to calm down.
That hacienda, I pay for it. And you treat us like dogs.
Hector, this isn't personal.
It is. It is personal. Call 911. Stash the guns.
Does he have a history of cardiac issues?
Yeah,
And was he taking any medications?
he took these.
Thanks. We're headed to
think-
Lovelace if you'd like to follow.
I think Gus sort of knows. Gus is a little bit suspicious right there. That glance. These guys, whenever it deals with the Mexican cartel and those type of, like, all those characters revolved around it, they all, like, I've said it like time and time again about every character in the show having their own aura, their own presence on screen. But these guys right here, yeah, their gravitas on screen is absolutely phenomenal. Like, all of them. They own the screen whenever they're on. Whenever they're on it, where they could be by themselves doing nothing. Like, even Giancarlo Esposito by himself, he could be cleaning stuff in Los Pollos Hermanos and he will still have that aura about him. He'll still have that presence about him that, you know, something can go down, or like he will just deliver something to someone, or he will like just say something that you're just like, okay, he's on screen now, respect. Like, it's unbelievable. Nacho as well is fantastic. And I've been waiting for a one-on-one between these two. Oh! No! Don't take it away from me. I was waiting for that one-on-one eventually.
Hey.
Because I feel like Gus is the perfect boss for Nacho.
How's Relaxathon 2003 coming along?
No complaints. Join me. Oh, dip it in the sauce.
So what's next?
Monty Python.
Yeah, I've seen Monty Python.
Or we could just watch To Kill a Mockingbird again.
Again?
Yeah, I watched it this morning.
But, I mean, the good news is you made it.
Oh, yeah. I am. I'm changing the world by helping a mid-sized local bank become a mid-sized regional bank. Yay me.
I sent muffin baskets to the gals. I signed them from her.
Nice.
They saw right through it. Oh, Jimmy, you're too nice. Jimmy, she doesn't deserve you. The more I try to make them like her again, the more they end
resent
up loving
her.
me instead.
Oh,
It
rookie
goes
move.
back in for the dip.
What the? It's already cheese.
It's cheese on cheese. See? You know, sometimes you gotta play to your strengths.
You should stitch that on a pillow.
Oh, I will. All right, screw it. Mockingbird Encore it is.
Oh, shit.
What is it?
Mrs. Landry.
You figured it out?
Yeah. But I really, really don't want to do it. Hello. Hi there.
Jimmy.
Public speaking.
Okey-dokey. Very good. Cat. And then cow.
Chair yoga, that's a thing.
Sit up straight. Very good, Jasper. Cat. And cow.
What's his angle here?
Long, deep breaths. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And cow. And cat.
Mr. McGill? Not for the life of me figure out why on earth Mrs. Landry would suddenly change her mind about the Sandpiper settlement. I had to practically drag the information out of her that you filled her head and all of her friends' heads with lies.
I never lied to anyone.
You drastically misrepresented the reality of the case.
So?
So? You took advantage of poor Mrs. Landry. Does she know how much money you're gonna make from
Oh,
this?
he has it on the mic.
Again,
He has it on the mic.
These people trusted you, Jimmy.
Do you have any idea how much time I had to put in listening to their insipid ramblings about their
He has to make himself the villain. Sacrifice himself for
Damn
her.
right they trust me. I worked my ass off earning their trust.
Then you betrayed it.
If
The only thing standing between me and $1 million is some old lady's tears, and I suggest investing in Kleenex.
You ruined her life because you wanted your money faster.
Who and who? Besides, not like she's got that much time left anyway.
You're disgusting.
And rich.
He's gonna come back in.
Hey, everyone.
To
Apologies, that was probably more like 20 breaths instead of 10.
He's gonna get pummeled.
See a lot of forward folding.
Come on, girls. Shame on you.
Hey, he had to take that lick. He had to take that hit. It wasn't one he wanted to, but he had to. It wasn't easy.
So?
Like a charm, yeah.
She'll go back on the settlement.
I imagine you'll hear from her within an hour or so.
Good.
Hey, well done in there.
I meant every word I said.
You know.
No way Aaron was gonna switch out like that. Some mutual respect there. I love it.
I'm real sorry that this didn't work out.
It's fine.
University
I
of
already
American
talked to my
Samoa
old
Law
supervisor
School.
at the MBD. Looks like they can take me back, so.
Oh, it's great. And you know, if we ever get another office up, you'd be our first call.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know. Bye, Kim.
Bye.
Oh, Francesca! He may return.
Hey, why'd you do that?
Because no seniors come within 20 feet of me ever again. I'm gonna need a whole new business model when I get my license back. Kim, it's pointless. They're smearing my name across a tri-state area, sending telegrams to everyone, far and near. You never know. Ready? Let's go home.
It was fun while it lasted at this office. It's probably the last we'll see of the elders, the last we'll see of that office. The space blankets are back. There's the lantern. Well, shout out to the production design in this show as well. That team did an outstanding job, especially with this household. You don't want that thing to fall. You don't want that thing to fall, but I feel like he's testing the lantern's patience here. Yep, 2 individuals are going home and one's burning his house home. His house home? One's burning his home down. Oh, there's going to be an interesting start to Season 4, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and the first episode of Season 4 is titled Smoke. So, a lot of things right there. Cover up, smoke from the household. Oh, interesting end to Season 3. Interesting end to Season 3. I'm very keen for Season 4. I don't even know what the best season of this show is. I don't want to know. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you guys think your best season is actually. I thought Season 3 was actually pretty solid in my opinion. I think Season 2 was better. But I think Season 3 is very solid. Very, very, very solid. It did slow down towards the end. Especially after the trial. it was sort of a stage of like everybody was in limbo. Besides Kim, she had her own direction, as obviously we're taking on the Mesa Verde things. Nacho was slowly planning his sort of takedown of Hector. Mike is doing his Mike things as well, you know, concreting the local community, finding out about, I think, Anita's husband, and obviously trying to deal with the money, and it looks like an existing relationship is there with Gus. And I love Lydia's little cameo last episode. She was fantastic. She's great too. But yeah, it seems like after that trial, after like everything that happened with that trial, it was a bit way more slow paced, and there wasn't much more of that energy and comedy and characters interacting one another and rebounding off one another. We sort of were just exploring Jimmy's, not antics, but sort of his way of earning income after the suspension and what he's doing in his day-to-day life. But now it seems like the commercials like the commercial contract is up. He's filmed his 7 commercials, and the money that was going to come from the settlement is obviously now being delayed. He will receive that eventually, and maybe that lump sum eventually is going to tie in to his initial sort of startup of Better Call Saul, that's going to fund that initial startup of that company, or that sort of initiative right there, where it will come a few years later down the track, and just when you think he's down and out, that settlement money comes in, that big lump sum check of more than $1 million potentially, and that gives him sort of the funding to start up everything. That's just my prediction for down the line. But now I'm interested to see where they're going to take season 4. What direction are they going to take season 4? It seems like, is this going to be the scenario which takes out Hector Salamanca? Is this going to be the situation that renders him speechless? It's going to be very, very interesting to see what's gonna happen now. And yeah, I'm very excited for season 4, very excited, and what direction they decide to take the show in terms of like the legal world as well. Are we gonna have a time jump? Is Jimmy's 12-month suspension gonna be up? But no, we're gonna deal with the present as well, and what's gonna happen to Chuck as well, because the house is burning down. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed my reactions to Better Call Saul so far, including season 3. We have just finished it, ladies and gentlemen. It's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care, God bless, peace.